Welcome to another lecture, and today we are going to learn about factoring trinomial. This trinomial is of degree 2, that is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, where a is the leading coefficient, a, b, c are real numbers. So there are a couple of steps that we have to follow. The first one is multiply a with c. So we will multiply a with c, that will be equivalent to d, that number is equivalent to d. Then we have to find the factors of d, that should be two numbers that on adding and subtracting are equal to b. So on adding and subtracting it should be equal to b, and on multiplication it should be equal to d, so a times c. The trinomial splits into 4 terms with even number of signs. So even number of signs means 2 positive signs or 2 negative signs, or all positive or all negatives. The 2 positive, 2 negatives can be in any order. So when we will do the question, all these steps will be cleared out. The next step is to find the GCF to group and factorize the polynomial. Fourth and the final step is to find the GCF to group and factorize the polynomial. Let us go over a couple of examples here. So here we have the first question, x square plus 5x plus 4. This is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. So what is the first step? Multiply a with c. So 1 times 4, that is equal to 4. Second one will be splitting up 4 into 2 factors so that on adding or subtracting it's equal to b, and on multiplication it's equal to product of a times c. So the factors of 4 are 2 and 2 and 1 and 4. Now 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, so that is not equal to 5, but 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. So we will split up the b here. So it will be x square plus 4x plus x plus 4. Again 4 plus 1 is equal to 5, and 4 times 1 is equal to 4. Now from the first two terms, the GCF will be x square and 4x. So it will be x plus 4. The next one will be plus 1, that will be x plus 4. So it will be x plus 4 times x plus 1, because we can take x plus 4 common from both the terms. Another question here with negative c or negative a. In this one we have a negative c. So the question is m square plus 3mn minus 18n square. Now this is also in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. Here a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3, c is equal to negative 18. There are two ways to do it. Some students, they multiply negative 18 by 1 and solve for it. So it will be 6 times negative 3, that is equal to negative 18, and also plus 6 minus 3 is plus 3. The method I prefer is I multiply 18 times 1, that is 18, that is 6 times 3, and then play with the signs. So plus 6 minus 3 will be equal to plus 3. If it was negative 3 here, it will be negative 6 plus 3, that is equal to negative 3. Now the next step is to change it into 4 terms. So it will be m square plus 6mn minus 3mn minus 18n square. Now from the first two terms, the GCF is m square and 6mn. So taking m common, m square over m is m, 6mn divided by m is 6n. The next two terms are negative 3mn minus 18n square. So here we are taking negative 3n common. So it will be negative 3mn divided by negative 3n, that is m, negative 18n square divided by negative 3n, that is plus 6n. So it will be m plus 6n times m minus 3n. Next type of question is where we have a value greater than or less than 1, not equal to 0. So it is 3m square plus 8m plus 4. This is also in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. So a times c will be 3 times 4, that is 12. So it will be 2 times 6 or 1 times 12. We can find other factors also, 4 and 3, but only we can use 2 and 6 because 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. So we will split it up, 3m square plus 8m plus 4, it is equal to 3m square plus 6m plus 2m plus 4. 6 times 2 is 12. Again, don't see the c here now. You have 4 times 3, so that is 12. So we are on the right track. 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. So now 3m square plus 6m, the common factor is 3m, that is 3m square by 3m, m, 6m by 3m will be 2. 2m by 2 will be m, 4 by 2 is equal to plus 2. So it will be m plus 2 times 3m plus 2. Next type of question is where we have to take the GCF first and then start the question. So 24m square minus 30m minus 9. You can start directly by multiplying 9 with 24, but we can take GCF first and it will simplify the things. So taking 3 common, it will be 8m square minus 10m minus 3. So 3 times 8 is 24. Now we have 2 and 12 also, 6 and 4. 12 minus 2 is also equal to 10 and 6 plus 4 is also equal to 10. But we need negative 10. So negative 6, negative 4 will be equal to negative 10 and negative 12 plus 2 is also equal to negative 10. Remember I spoke about even number of signs. Now if we put here negative 6m, negative 4, we will get 8 minus 6m, 8m square minus 6m minus 4m minus 3. So we are having 3 negative terms and 1 positive. So it won't work out. So we need even number of signs. So that will be 8m square minus 12m plus 2m minus 3. Even number of signs. 1, 2 positive, 1, 2 negative. Now we are going to take the GCF common. 8m square minus 12m, we take 4m common. So it will be 2m minus 3. And here we take plus 1, 2m minus 3, 3 is outside. Always start with the big brackets. Now the common factor is 2m minus 3. So it will be 3 times 2m minus 3 times 4m plus 1. You can further simplify by multiplying 3 with one of the factors. So it will be like 6m minus 9 times 4m plus 1. But don't make the mistake of multiplying each term by 3. Let us do another complicated problem. 12m square minus 17m plus 6. 6 times 12 is 72. There is no GCF we can take. So the factors are 8 and 9. So 12m square minus 8m minus 9m plus 6. Now 12m square minus 8m, the factor is 4m. So 12m square by 4m will be 3m. Minus 8m by 4m will be minus 2. Negative 9m plus 6 will be, we take negative 3 common, so it will be 3m minus 2. So it will be 3m minus 2 times 4m minus 3 because 3m minus 2 is common. Let us work on a complicated problem. Here the area of the square is given in the form of 9m square plus 30mn plus 25n square, and we have to find the side of the square and then the perimeter. So 25 times 9 is 225, perfect square. So 15 times 15. So 15 plus 15 is 30, 15 times 15 is 225. So it will be 9m square plus 15mn plus 15mn plus 25n square. Now we will take 3m common. So it will be 9m square by 3m, that is 3m. 15mn divided by 3m will be 5n. Here we will take 5n common. So it will be 3m plus 5n. Now 3m plus 5n is common in both. On taking 3m plus 5n common, we will get again 3m plus 5n. Hence we can write it down as 3m plus 5n whole square. Area of square will be side square. So that is equal to 3m plus 5n whole square. Side is equal to square root of area. So that is square root of 3m plus 5n whole square. So that is equal to 3m plus 5n. Now the perimeter of the square is 4 times side. So each side of the square is equal. So it will be 4 times 3m plus 5n. So we will multiply each term by 4 by distributive property. So 4 times 3m is 12m. 4 times 5n is 20n. Thanks for watching.